Hello guys and welcome to Adapt Crypto. This is our first video here bringing you technical analysis on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays on this channel. For more updates, I'll give daily updates in our Discord, which will be linked to our Telegram, which you can find in the description below. There you'll find daily Bitcoin and Ethereum updates, and I will answer any of the questions you have, anything you need. It's Harry here, known as TradeSharp, and let's get into today's charts. So looking at Bitcoin here, yesterday we had some technically weekend shenanigans, and we've essentially made a range. This was a liquidation box. A few days ago, I was looking for Bitcoin to come somewhere within this box, and we can see we've tested it twice. So I'm actually going to go to the 4 hour here because it's more clear, and we can set a pretty much top of the range. So the top of the range we'll set is something like that. All right, that looks good. And this, we can remove this now. All right, sweet. So let's make this a full line. Just make it nice and clear. So essentially, Bitcoin has put in a range here, and this is the bottom of our range, mid range, and top range. So how this works is these two lines here would be on your higher time frames. So on the 4 hour, we're looking for significance in these two lines. On the 1 hour, 2 hour, we're looking between these two lines. Now, Bitcoin was looking bullish this morning, and now we're looking a bit bearish here, just looking at price action itself. And I just want to, before going into the short-term time frames, yesterday it was quite scary. We broke down here, we came and tested this 17,650-ish level, and we instantly got bought back up. Now this was quite scary because when Bitcoin was down at this level, if we look at the 3 day closure, which has been basically a guide to this run, right, on the Bollinger Bands, we can see that, let me remove my drawings nice and clear. Every time we've been above this band and it follows through on the weekly. So if the 3 day is closing, the weekly would have closed. I don't have to show you that. I want to save some time. We can see that it closed here, close, 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 close. You can see that. And we still have 2 days, so don't worry about this being underneath the band. But yesterday, we actually came down here below the band, and we managed to still close above the band. So technically, that is very bullish for Bitcoin, and is not calling a top to the run because, as we can see here, there's an obvious trend here. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. When we're above the band, it keeps trending, right? It's just, it's a trend. So a closure below the band will be a bit of bad news. Overall, looking at the lower time frames, so let's remove this, bring back our drawings, and looking at the lower time frames, we can see that we've obviously established a range. Now, I'm going to make this very simple, very easy to understand. Any 4 hour closure above this level here, all right, which is the 18,832, I look for Bitcoin to extend. Now, I am looking for Bitcoin to extend because it's met the target of closing the 3 day above the Trology band. So I'm technically bullish. And if we look at the 4 hour, I like to work off of structure. The structure is still good, right? High, lower high, higher high, and then this is we're still in a bullish structure, right? This is a trending up structure. So I don't have any issues. We just wick down here. I believe this was a stop hunt. This is very clearly a stop hunt. So this is to liquidate people because Bitcoin was looking quite bullish here. Boom, liquidated everyone. So let's just go and see some Stokes to see what momentum is doing. I can see momentum is I think it would have snaked around. Let's have a look at the 1 hour momentum. So what we'll bring out is the Stoke. So here it goes. So 1 hour has flipped up. That's good news. So that means momentum is still up, and this was a little bit of a stop hunt, right? For people over leveraging, looking for that scalp from here to here. And does it follow through in the 2 hour? 2 hour, yes. We're turned to the upside. And the 4 hour, 4 hour is snaking about a bit, but we did have a around here on this candle we were flipping to the upside. So I would like to see, let's check the 3 hour. 3 hours kind of face down. So let's see if the 2 hour, so we'll see in the next hour, if the 2 hour floods into the 3 hour. But essentially, I'm looking for a range, and I won't try to catch these ranges too much, right? Because it's a bit difficult. But looking at this, personally, I would not want to trade between these ranges. So I'm just going to make it very simple. And I'll tell you a possible trade today, but this is not financial advice and I'm not responsible for any losses. It's your own risk management, blah, blah, blah. So basically, if Bitcoin closes a 4 hour above this, I look for extension to 19,300 with continuation to about 19,000. 500 level probably, this mid-range here. This is basically a zone I'm looking for Bitcoin to land here. We don't have much price action to go off, so it's quite hard to give zones, right? Apart from that, if Bitcoin closes, I think a 1 hour would do it. Below this level here, I look for the same trade as yesterday. I'll look for it to come back down here, test this level again at the 16,650 and get another bounce. And that could be a possible nice little trade, right? Because in a market like this, you don't really want to be shorting Bitcoin. It's riskier. You know, many people will be like, "Yes, I'm gonna catch this short all the way down to this base." Well, did that work out for them? No. So, if you got the bounce there, that's a nice move, man. I mean, if you caught the bounce, that is $1,000 move till today, right? So it's pretty good. I mean, I would have held it till here. It's still $600 move. It's just a decent move. So that might be a trade. We might come down here if we break below here, get a nice bounce back up here. I'm not really looking for a rejection here. Maybe we play a range, do something, a bit of snaking around. But Bitcoin looks like it's ranging, and the only things I see is this mid-level for the short term to come back down, bounce implied here. Maybe we continue out. But this might be good for altcoins because Bitcoin is essentially ranging, and in the past, when we've seen Bitcoin range, this is good for altcoins. And a clear indication has been Mr. Ethereum. So Mr. Ethereum has been up and atom, to be honest. Look at this. This is crazy. So Ethereum has been charging. It's getting this pullback following Bitcoin because a lot of the liquidity is connected. But to be honest, Ethereum looks more bullish than Bitcoin. I mean, we have a level here that it's testing, and we check the very, very, very low time frame. Uh, it looks like it's rejecting that level. Yep. So it is rejecting this level right here, which is not that significant, but if you can see this 50 moving average, we are maintaining above it. So this is showing it's an upwards trend. Uh, the next, I'm looking this as a base. So in the very short term, if we start getting bearish, I look for it to bounce here. This will happen at the same time as Bitcoin, right? When if Bitcoin today breaks below this level here at 18,200 and it charges down to test this again, then Ethereum will essentially do the same, but it will come down and test this level. Uh, but the next target for Ethereum is actually 628. This is just based on the weekly. I'm just taking it off this, right? Off these wicks here. We can actually make this liquidation zone, because price is never that accurate. So we'll make this a nice little zone. And yeah, so that's where I'm looking for Ethereum to charge up next to. That's its next target on the weekly. And we'll see if it does it or not. But for me, Ethereum is looking bullish. We are having some bearish divergence between this point and this point, but that I think that has played out. This point and this point is also causing some bearish divergence. We'll see in 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes, we might get some bearish divergence, which can be seen here. RSI is going down, but price is going up. So this is possible bearish divergence. So be careful about that. But that's coming in 19 minutes. So we'll see that. Apart from that, I wish you the best, guys, and trade sharp.